Hello again from the Cannon Academy. We are a homeschool. I am a homeschool grandmother. And I would like to just touch bases a little more on scope and sequence and how to plan how many days you need, how many work pages you need to do, or how many lessons you need to do in any given day. It's a little hard to do in 15 minutes, and I've tried to touch on it in other videos, but we're going to try to go into a little more detail. So the first one I have is I like to print these off or get them from different curriculums, different websites, things like that. So this is from Calvert School. It's a primary assessment. It tells you a little bit about how to tell if your child is ready for pre-kindergarten and readiness for kindergarten. Then it also has not exactly a scope and sequence, but a checklist of skills, which is close to that. And I like to do them in pencil because I use these over as I get other children, and I sometimes make copies and put these in their files. So it has things like, can you and others understand your child when he speaks? Can he repeat a 6 to 8 word sentence? Things like that. It has, for academic skills, motor skills. And then it goes on to social skills and awareness of personal information. So that would be one way to know. Then another great one I got my hands on, and this one is old. It is from Abeka, which a lot of people out there are using their curriculum. It is a Bible-based curriculum, and this is from 2000, so I'm sure they've updated it and things were needed. You can go to abeka.com to find out more about their curriculum. Now what I like about this is Abeka goes from the nursery age of 2 years old all the way through 12th grade. And it tells you what you need to know. In nursery school, it would be language arts, numbers, and Bible. And it tells you what sort of things you need. And you can see I've circled them. I put people's names in. This O means that they need to learn, and if there was a dash next to it, it means they know. If I circled it, it means it's something we were working on at the time and stuff. It includes little verses to memorize, which if you don't want to do the Bible study, you could do as nursery rhymes, things like that, and little finger play songs and things. Then it goes on to your K4 and tells you, builds on this, and it just keeps on doing that and everything. And I like it because it tells you what they think they should need to know for science. Like for instance, in kindergarten, and for 5-year-olds and advanced 5-year-olds, you're going to learn about planting seeds and things like that, and animals and the seashore and things. And you can compare that to other curriculums too, in any science books or workbooks that you have on hand. Then I printed this one out from Time for Learning, which I have heard a lot about lately on several different homeschool groups on Facebook. So I wanted to find out what it was exactly. And it tells you, it goes from 0 to 2s up to 3rd grade on this particular sheet. And they may have something for older kids. I haven't looked that deeply. So for 0 to 2s, storybooks, language development, conversation. They start learning to read by sharing books and engaging in conversation with adults. Then you build on that. 3s and 4s, they're understanding that print has meaning. They know how to handle books. And they're learning the words for objects in the environment. And it just goes on and on, building up through your CVC words like consonant, vowel, consonant, for those that aren't sure what that meant. Then this is a Lifepac. Now this is for a Lifepac science, but it goes from 1st grade through 12th grade, and it tells you in each Lifepac book, which there are 10 Lifepac books in each curriculum, so it tells you what you need to learn. And for instance, you learn with your eyes, name and group some colors, name and group some shapes, name and group some sizes, help from what you see. Then they go, and you can go straight across to see what they're going to learn each next year, and downwards for each grade. So you already have something, whether you use their books or not. If you can get your hands on this, then you have something to build on, something to go from. You can take books out of the library and whatever. Now, Lifepac is from Alpha Omega Publications, and you can go to AOP.com. And they do the same thing in their mathematics books. And this one is a little bit bigger print, which I like. And everything. And the bold are the captions for what you're going to learn and things. And it breaks it down into lessons 1 through 40, you're going to work on these. Lessons 41 to 80, work on these. So you can kind of take it and you can kind of lay out your year. Now, another way, if you don't have something like that, is to take whatever workbook you have or whatever textbook you have and go to the table of contents. This is a kindergarten workbook. If you have a 3rd or 4th grade workbook, it's going to have a full page with no spaces in it for all the subjects, trust me. So I could look here and I could say, okay, ABCs are from page 5 up to probably 110 because phonics starts on page 111. I could take that and I could divide that and know how many days I wanted to work on ABCs. Or I could just take all of the pages, figure out how many pages I wanted to do a day, and work like ABCs and phonics, or ABCs and numbers, things like that, and know how many days it would take me to complete this book. Now, from preschool through grade 3 at least, I would say don't do more than 2 pages a subject in any one day. If you do have a day where the kids just kind of explode with energy and like what they're learning, you can go ahead and extend that, but be prepared for the next subject. They're going to be worn out, so they won't do as much as you had intended. So that's something to think about. Then with your textbooks, they all break them down into chapters. So you can choose, you can count how many lessons are in each chapter and figure it out that way. You can do the page thing, or you can do how many units and stuff, and figure out how many pages are in a unit, how many do you want to cover. Do you want to do every unit in the book in a year, or can you live with doing half of the book? Now this one only has 5 chapters in Unit B. Altogether, it has 12 chapters, and it has 368 pages worth of lessons. They can be anything from poems and songs to 5 or 6 lessons in that chapter, investigations, your across the curriculum things like math and science. They might have an art project to do, explorations, the reviews and tests, preps, biographies, careers, things like that. Very interesting. So you would just take that, figure out how you wanted to do it. Maybe you only want to do like the first few things, like living and non-living things, habitats, how plants and animals live, and life cycles. And maybe you want to spend a whole 16 weeks on that. Maybe you only want to spend 2 weeks on that. So you go in and you find out what you want to do. Can you put some of the lessons together, make it more simpler, things like that? Do you want to expand on it and add in more books or something like that? Now also, oh, and another thing, not particularly with the science books so much, but with English and math books, at the back there will be extra lessons. So if you see that your child is not picking up on a certain skill, you might go back and look for an extra lesson so that you can go back and reinforce that lesson and everything. You don't have to buy curriculum. You can actually do it with workbooks and various fiction, non-fiction books on your shelf at the public library, e-books, and things like that. You can rent them from chegg.com, depending on the grade level your child is in. Half-price books, Amazon and eBay are good places to get secondhand books at reasonable prices, along with yard sales. I have found numerous books at yard sales Then also go online, look up all the different learning resources that you can order from. Like there's Lakeside Learning, there's really good stuff. There is Discount School Supplies, there's Oriental Trading Post, there are Young Explorers, Scientific American. So many places out there that sell books. You can go directly to Prentice Hall and order books. They even have a homeschool section where you can order textbooks and things. And then of course all of those that I've already mentioned, and I will try to remember to put a lot of this in the descriptions this time. Then when I was rearranging things, I found this really cool book, and I bought it just for entertainment for myself and my daughter, but it turned out to be a geography book. So you can find these at different levels, and you can go to kappapuzzles.com or kappagroup.com, and they put out these wonderful little maps. Let's see if I can find one that I haven't crossed out. Okay, this is Los Angeles area. So as you can see, you can study this and everything. Then over on the next page is a hidden word. And what you do is you go through and you find the ones that are in the darker, bold print and circle them. And then we crossed them off. It has the different states here in the United States. It has like, that was the region puzzle for Los Angeles. It has a city puzzle for Savannah, Georgia. And they tell you different things too. Like this one on Georgia says, this one-time capital of Georgia is a major eastern seaport and tourist attraction for its beautiful architecture. Then when you turn to the next page, it's Key West, Florida. Key West lies at the southern tip of Florida Keys and is home to the southernmost geographic point in the United States, in the continental United States, and it shows you that. I noticed there were a few things from Canada in here also, and things. So it's really educational. They learn about the different cities and states and things. You can build on it because you can look up. You can build your studies about the states on it and things like that. They can look up, find out interesting facts and stuff like that, and also learn about Canada and the United States together. So I hope that was helpful. I just want to throw one little thing in because I found it in the workbook, the preschool workbook, when I was pointed out. You can make your own worksheets for any age, really. This one here happens to be for younger children. I did a number line from 1 to 20 to help them learn to count. And then we can learn to count by 2s, 3s, 5s, and 10s. Once they can do that, they can pick up multiplication so easy. And the thing is, they're not even realizing they're doing that. Then you can take this and you can put out, like, you can get a whole lot of blocks or something small, and you can go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And you go, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 2. So 5 groups of 2 make 10. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 10. And we're counting by 2s. Then I drew the little shapes at the bottom and put the words for them and stuff. So it's just that easy and everything. I know a lot of people are finding out that children do not understand multiplication, and it's giving them a hard time with their e-learning right now. So that's a more simple way to teach it. So again, I'm out of time because I'm only allowed 15-minute videos at this point in time. So if you found this informative, please like and subscribe below, and check out my other videos from the Cannon Academy. See you. Have a good day. Bye.